Okay, obviously I shaved my beard yesterday. That's because it's hot. Another thing I do with my hair sometimes, right, is when I sweat, that's when you can see the higher side of the right forehead, right? Now, does that mean it's receding that? No, it's the same, right? See, for it to recede means not over 3 year period since you brought it up. by the way. Since the pandemic started. Maybe before that too. right. It would be slowly going backwards. The hairline then would be receding, idiot. Not if it's the same after 3 damn years. That's all I'm telling you. You can bring it up as often as you like. You're not going to change it. Stop receding, right? But if you want me to talk about it to you, okay, and it's my genes, not yours, right? I'm talking about here. You just looking like a butt. A whole butt. Jackass, right? Donkey, mule. Another word for it. You're acting like a crazed animal. And you're supposed to be a human being, right? Meaning you're not being your full potential, right? Or who you're really supposed to be. You're just being mean, right? It's not that God wants to harm you for it. It's not him doing it, it's the prince. One of the princes is acting the fool with the king, right? The king is the firstborn of every creature, silly. And his queen. Then came the son. And daughter. And the son and daughter, since they were the second two, right, made, and by God, through the first two, right. Do you get it? The pattern? Firstborn is made first, right? Then the secondborn, right? But he's born through the firstborn and his wife. Right? Adam and Eve were done the same way. Exactly. How are they made in the image of God? Jesus is the first image of God. Yes. But he's both, right? If you miss that, you're committing idolatry, right? That's what it is, right? You're worshiping the male form above the neither male nor female form. Which means he's not one or the other, but a different image, right? Altogether. Now, you're not to worship any image, no. But, no. You can't neglect the first image is both, and why, right? If I make you as an adult, you're the tree of life to all who come after you, right? Then I make you male and female, right? From one came two, right? Now, right. Blow your mind. This means the one was a hermaphrodite, right? XX and XY, right? Though 3X is the 1Y too, technically, right? So who's greater there? The woman who's underneath the man, right? And she encircles him by her breast and vagina being behind him, right? Now, during sex, she also encircles the man. He goes inside a hole, right? Which is why some of you want to do the other hole. It's okay, though. I'm not condemning you, right? Try not to judge you anymore, because that's all the church taught me, and was to judge you. I'm sorry, right? I didn't realize they didn't understand what Jesus meant by some of the things he was saying, right? And Paul too, right? Well, as by liberty judged of any man, right? Don't touch this, don't eat that, don't do this, don't do that, right? And that's condemnation. If I touch it and you want something bad to happen to me, ain't it? It's to harm me, right? For touching something, you made it a bad thing for me to touch. Not God, not God. See, if something's here, why can't I just touch it? Who said I couldn't? God? No, another creature doesn't want me to touch it for some other reason, right? Or it wants to own it itself, right? And don't want me to have it. Which is usually called selfishness, covetousness, right? Not sharing, right? Another word. Not caring. Caring about a thing above a living human being, right? See, if the neutron bomb is brought to fruition, what that'll do is, right, anything that's alive, it could kill if it believes in God, and he can somehow program it, right, to go after brain patterns, too, right? See, your brain lights up like a circuit board, with a electrical switches, right? Like your little phone has circuits running all through it that once you charge it, it can go until the charge dissipates, right? Ain't that why we die and then how we die, right? Our charge dissipates, right? And leaves our body, right? And then all that's left is the dust we were made from. The dirt that was formed into a body, right? But now the dirt ain't random clay or a lump of clay from the earth either. It's certain matter parts. It's made out of certain things combined in the body. That once the body was alive. Now, do you form the body first and then the spirit entered the body? I don't know. Kind of makes some sense, right? But from what source, right? Okay, if celestial beings are higher than terrestrial beings, right? What do you make first? The celestial first, then the terrestrial, right? Right. So the celestial is not evil, nor is the terrestrial evil, right? At first. You have to choose the knowledge of good and evil over what? Love. See, what good and evil does is teach you right from wrong simply, and that's it. But all right and wrong are you don't want me to do something I can do, right? And you're saying, oh, don't do that. It's bad for you, right? And if I do it and you shame me, say I was naked the whole time, and you shame me that I did something wrong with you, you gave me, by shaming me, the knowledge of good and evil and what we did, right? So I'm going to think, that was bad. Why'd you do that? Like any child, right? Bad. And again, right? Bad mama and daddy. So anyway. I still don't know how the channel was changed, as pointed out earlier, right? So I'm just going on with my day. But the problem is, again, I know the last two channels I was on had to do with MTV, not Channel 3 again, right? So, not that I can prove I allowed someone to change the channel, or I changed it myself. Either cause someone came by again, and I either did it in a trickery fashion, right? Or I told them, let's change the channel again, see if I remember. Last channel I was on was 160, was 369, right? You like that channel, what's your baby? I'll show you some 69, right? What that means. Know what that means, people? I know what that means. But I like 96 better. And she knows what that means. That's a different number than 69, right? That's why I pay more attention to her. And she ain't really got to do nothing to me, right? Well, I don't know how you would call it anything else but 96. Why is it 96 though, right? I'm in her crotch area, not her mine, right? See, 69 is cause you're both in the crotch area. But 96 might mean I'm only in the crotch area. Now you can flip it. And the man be on top or the woman be on top, and then this 96 or 69. I don't know. I don't know. Just a suggestion. If you know that means. Right. But I like more 96 where I'm paying more attention to her and she ain't got to worry about me because I'm not into that form of male pleasure, right? Not that the Bible don't say nothing about a female's being her mouth on the male fruit of his body, right? Nor the female fruit of her body, right? Which is an opening, right? And the little serpents come out, seeking the little egg, right? In the female. Now, Moses didn't say nothing about the egg, though, right? But he did say two shall be one flesh, right? Which still signifies the joining together of the male sperm with something else, right? So he didn't know about the egg. They didn't know about the egg back then. But now science has figured that out, right? Thank you, science, right? We didn't know about that. We crazy Christians sometimes, we get self-righteous and judgmental and don't really want to help people and get all full of ourselves. Don't we? We don't want to listen to nobody but Christians. Even then, being can mess other men up. Because there are more followers of religion than God. Now, religion will give you peace and more, right? Because Satan is warring against his mother, father, right? And father and mother, right? The three images of God, right? Not two on the earth. Now, the three images of God, you can't worship any image above the spirit of life because it's a light, right? You can't even see God and live, right? Hello, that's what it means, right? Now, like I told you about ghosts, they're only light shades, right? And it can only be like a little orb in your head, right? At the most, or your heart, right? Area. If you're sitting on the throne, well, your heart, right? I'm sitting on the chair right now, right? Your heart, and I'm showing you my anatomy a little bit. Can't show you my full anatomy, right? Not today. Not today. But again, right? You're still naked and ashamed, right? Who shamed you? Who told you you were naked? Why are you bothered by it now? Right? Did you eat of the tree I commanded you not to eat of? I did. I did eat of the tree you said I shouldn't have eaten of. I know. He admitted it, didn't he? Yes and no. Yes and no. Right. The woman. You gave me of the tree's fruit, and I did eat. And I did eat. Not mentioning I fed at my fruit of my body, and it was with my wife first. Right. But then it was my turn, and she talked me into it. There, though. I didn't like it. By the way, I felt ashamed, right? Afterwards, I ate of its fruit, of the body, of the body, of the tree, of the tree. Right. Men are trees too, by the way. So are the fallen angels, right? Who became human, right? They are extraterrestrials because God wants them in heaven with Him, right? Until we fulfill our roles, right? For God, right? That's what we were supposed to do here, right? We're supposed to help the earth, not destroy the earth with Satan, right? And we're not doing that, that's all I can say, right? Well, is it the dinosaur fuel or the atmosphere or the ozone layer? What you gonna blame? What you gonna blame? See, the ozone layer is what protects you from the radiation. Now, what it is concentrated oxygen times 3. Sound familiar? 3. The number 3 is very important to God for some reason. It's not just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Drink. All right. All right. Water or a little alcohol, that's fine. Right. I'm not judging, But it's spirit, celestial, terrestrial. And you're forgetting something about the 3 realms, right? There's really technically only 3, right? In the first truest heaven, everything's just a bunch of lights, right? In the second, it's like the stars, right? They are all gaseous in form, right? Neither solid nor light. No. Right. We're the terrestrial version of everything. We're combined, right? Solid, liquid, and gas, right? Right. Now, they're just gas in some form of spirit, right? Kind of like a fiery, like a jinn, but again, they're best with the fiery. If you know what I mean. Labyrinth, anyone? Labyrinth, anyone? They're kind of like fiery creatures, right? But not solid, right? That's why you can't really see an angel, right? Unless it somehow manifests itself to you more in a mental capacity, say, than a physical one. Now, certain shepherds, when Jesus was born, were told he was born, right? On the day he was born. Who am I talking to? Jehovah's Witness. Why can you celebrate the birthday of Jesus if you want to or not, right? The angels declared to the shepherds, hey, he was born this day in the city of David, a Savior, which is who? Christ the Lord, right? Christ the Lord is risen today. Hallelujah. Sons of men and angels say, right. You are sons of angels, and some of you, right? Sons of Adam, and some, even Satan himself. Even Jesus himself. Right. He at least had maybe 12 daughters. I don't know. Somewhere in there. Right? See, 5 of the virgins were wise, 5 were foolish, right? They didn't renew their old periodically. Right? Even Paul said, come together again in the flesh, right? When you're married, right? Don't abandon one another, right? As Satan abandons his female. And tried to set her up with dear old dad, right? Like Lot and his daughters. Where do you think that comes from? Why do you think Noah and Canaan were in the tent naked? That's dear old Satan. Getting them drunk off the vine. Now, I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. All him knows is they were naked in the tent together. And went and told his brothers, right? Now, he didn't curse him. Crazy KKK members. Lying about it. That would curse all his grandsons. I don't know. Just one grandson. And Canaan had more than one son. Canaan was the youngest. And one must still have the angel gene, right? That's what I call it. The angel gene, right? Right. The hermaphroditic genes, right? Has to come from a source too. And it can be XY, right? And the being look more feminine, or XXX, right? Triple X, like Xander Cage or whatever. And again, just to relate it to you somehow, a Triple X movie. Damn. Now, these you see everything. Everything. Yeah, everything. Now, don't be ashamed of what you're doing, or don't do it. Anything you do, if you are ashamed by it, you would be better off not to have ever done it, right? Some of you would be better if you were never born. You're so stuck in your ways, right? But the banner over me is love, right? His banner over me is love. Love is the answer. I believe love will find a way. It will. It will. You gotta stop playing. And I don't even know who I'm with. I don't know who turned the channel to channel 3, but it was on 369, right? I don't know why. I don't know. Plays all my videos. Here we are, Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, da-da. Can't trust that day, da-da. Tuesday morning, it was all I thought it would be. Well, there's a song about Tuesday, but it's not Tuesday morning, right? It's Monday morning, it's Monday morning. But I changed the song title. It's Tuesday morning, the second day, the third day actually, right? Sunday's the first day of the week, by the way. Not Tuesday. Third. But guess what? I went out the hospital Tuesday. On a Tuesday. Went on a Sunday, was out on a Tuesday. Not even 3 days. Not even 3 days. Though technically, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I was still in the hospital less than 48 hours. I better told him that. Whoever attacked me. Between Little Roddy and Guyton and going home. And trust me, if you're blacked out, it ain't the freaking windshield that blacked you out. No. They're designed not to now, right? Now, Miss... what's her name? Oh, no, I forgot. Miss Guido went through her car windshield. And it's the ground that kind of hurt her there. Right. Though God still saved her. What happened to me looks like something hit me over the head and knocked me out. Probably put me in the car after. And wrecked the car to make it look like I wrecked the car. Probably. Yeah. No. Right. Who did that? I don't know. Why they did that? Sex? Somebody they didn't want to have sex with? But why would I do that? I'm a teenager. I'm 16. Almost 17. I'm almost 17. Better get my soul my soul dirty. Whatever, you know. So dirty. Maybe I was trying to sow my wild oats a little. Well, if I was with two, though, I would tell them that. I just had sex with a little girl, baby. One of them six too. Nah, I don't know. I'm making it up. I admit when I make it up, though. First. I'll tell you, I'm sarcastic now. I'm making it up now. I don't remember that, right? But if you want me to, I can make something up for you, right? But it ain't gonna be what you want. That could happen, right? I'm not in that frame of mind at all, right? I don't think like that towards children at all. I rebuke the devil with that. Even if he tries to tempt me, I know better. You gotta know better than certain things, right? Not all things now, right? But certain things, yeah. And so you gotta work with you who what? Work with it and others, right? Don't be, what? A know-it-all, selfish, vanity, right? Vain, right? Empty, right? Devoid of common sense and reason, right? Boisterous, wanting your own way. Sound familiar? All these are considered what emotions, though? Bad, negative, right? What, you mean I can't be negative and positive? No. Who you being negative towards, right? Another human being. Why are you being negative towards that human being? Being a jackass, right? Donkey, another word for it, right? King James called it an ass. I'm just calling it a donkey and an ass, right? And it's spelled ASS, Christians. You read it from your Bible, so. And any translation is based on the time. Why do you read it if it's similar or different? What is the author or the translators trying to convey to you? Is it the truth, right? Or are they trying to veil a meaning, right? Or seal it, make it secret meaning, right? Because they can't handle the truth. Right, Jack? They can't handle the truth. Right. But it's better than trying to make people paranoid about going bald when they're not. Jack. I know you had issues with your hair, but it's okay. You're still a brother, right? And I'm still your brother, even if I have hair, right? And you don't. Just means the pair bond of the genes, right, is different than my pair bond of the genes, right? Or God superseding the genes for me and can't for you right now, but wants to. And is working on it, probably. That's your faith level, though. Mm-hmm. So only God can change a gene. Not you by taking thought. You can't make one hair white or brown, right? It probably would be brown. Jack would have brown hair, right? If you still had hair, right? Now, if your one wants to do hair club for men, I don't judge that, but I don't do it myself. I don't even dye my hair. It's still brown as the day I started on YouTube, right? Unless my girlfriend give me a little touch of gray or something. I don't know. That's possible. I don't know. But I didn't bring it, and she took the bottle home with her or something. I don't know. You got a touch of gray? Probably. No problem. Thank you. All you say about it. Right. She could be, I don't know. Right. She could be familiar with salon techniques, like a, whatchamacallit. She might use it herself. All you do is as soon as you see a little gray hair and put a little touch of gray in it, or love, then it's gone. I admit that too. Right? But I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You don't see a bottle in my house of touch of gray. Right? I know. Then she takes it with her too. Because she don't want to leave a trophy behind or something. Or foolproof she was here, because she knows if she does, she could get in trouble. Maybe, right? Or you're upset about her being with me, right? And you're scaring her, not me. Right? Whoever it is now, right? Now, can I say it's one person? No, I went to bed shortly around midnight, probably, right? Nope, I was wrong. It was more like 2 last night, right? But I'm up 6:30. That's how many hours for? 4.5, 4.5. I'm not saying who I was with. I don't remember, right? And it's like once I go to sleep, right? I'm trying to follow a protocol, which I showed you before, how that worked, right? And why it's strange, right? No. She's letting me change the channel when she comes in to show she came in, right? But the problem is, I can do that with a few girls, and, if I don't want her to get in trouble, and change it back too. I don't remember. Before I go to sleep, I know, right? Again, right? And if someone else comes by after her, I still got to answer the door for them because I don't know what's going on, right? It could be her again or someone else, right? And then I go to answer the door again, and that's when I get blacked out by a guy, maybe, because guys are more into that than girls, right? You know that, too. They're the more jealous type, where women are more prone to share a little bit. Especially Solomon's wives. That's 1,000 women there. They can handle it, though. I guess, right? One of them's pining for him in Song of Solomon, ain't she, right? His fruit was in her mouth and throat area. 69, you're so fine. I drink wine, right? Some of the time, right? Some of the time. Not all the time, no. Some of the time. Little sangria here and there. Now, one of my friends on the internet sent me a pint of beer. I don't drink beer, honey, but you can. Right? I don't mind. All right. If you really like it. I don't. But I understand. Okay. Time to do some work.